Okay, welcome to another episode of Horses and Archery. As you can see, it is dark outside. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and me and this little girl. I've been calling him a little boy, but he's a little girl. It's a habit of me saying boy. But anyway, we're gonna go to the ranch. We had a little discussion in the last session about her cantering. And again, when I did the restart with her, she trot cantered just fine. I don't know what happened the other day. She just decided she didn't want to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring her out to the ranch today. And had a bull got out last night and or yesterday afternoon. I think they got him back in, but I need to go ride the fence and stuff and see where he might have gotten out. And anyway, I'm going to bring her to work with me today. Give her something to do and see how it goes. Okay, here we are. We're at the ranch. There's old Buzz. It's this trusty sidekick. We're gonna go check the fences and the cattle and the other horses. The owners of this ranch do a lot of rescues. Let's see if I can get them over here. That's them over there. She just got 8 in or 7 in. Got a couple of more over here that has some injuries that I'm gonna go treat and get them fed, and then we're gonna start riding. While these other horses are eating and waiting on them, I'm going to move her around just a little bit, get her ready for the ride today. It's a little cool this morning. It's in the low 40s, so it's supposed to get up in the 60s this afternoon, but right now it's a little cool. So I'm going to move her around. You can see I'm using a long split reins again. I just took the other side and just tied it up on the saddle horn there, and you're going to see an advantage of these things today. Not only are they for correction if you need it. Again, I'm not wearing spurs, so I'm not using spurs on her right now, and we'll get into that a little later why I'm not doing that. But right now I'm just going to use correction with the reins if she doesn't listen to my feet. So again, I can just get her attention. I let them graze, okay? And this is one of the things with letting them graze. You got to teach them to stop grazing when you ask them. So when you tell them to. So we're gonna have that lesson, okay? And what they should do is they could ask to eat, and if you tell them no, it means don't do it anymore. So I'm just gonna kind of pop her with the reins a little bit if she puts her head down. Now I tried to go a little easier with her, if you seen just a while ago, but she didn't let me, so I had to go a little harder. You can look at the bit and see the bit, how loose I have it in the mouth. I don't have a wrinkle in the back of that. She's actually having to hold, if you look on this side, you can see it a little better. She's having to hold the bit in her mouth, okay? I want that. I don't want that bit pushing across the back of her mouth, and the reason being is whenever I lift these reins, I want it to mean something. I want her to feel that in her mouth. So if she's holding the bit in her tongue, in her mouth, every time these reins move, if they move just a little bit, just like this, she can feel that, okay? And I want that to mean something. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and ask her to move around, okay? And again, this is just relaxed, okay? Just relax. And you hear her kind of snorting a little bit. It's just cool, okay? It's a cool morning. So I'm just gonna ask her to do this. I'm gonna ask her to move around, change directions, moving. And again, you can see the advantage of having these long reins like this when you're training the horses. So these old cowboys back in the 1800s might have known what they were doing. using these types of reins. But anyway, we're just about getting ready to head out. So. Okay, I just got on, and I want you to hear this horse. You hear her? She's snorting a little bit on just about every step. She's looking around, see her head going side to side. Her ears are, both of them are facing the head. She's at alert. She's over looking at the dog. She's looking at everything else. So whenever you first get on this your horses and you take them out like this, and they're doing that, you need to really watch your surroundings and watch what's around them, because they're looking for boogers. Okay, if a deer or rabbit or quail or whatever all of a sudden just jumps up in front of them, they're going to jump. They will jump, and so you need to be prepared for that. So we're just going to keep on walking like this, and until she kind of calms down just a little bit, and then we're going to get up at a trot and then a canter. And in a big area like this ranch is, I think, close to 900 acres. And a big area like this, you get them on a big pasture, and you can ask them to canter, and it's a lot easier for them to canter out here in a field like this than it is to do it in a little round pen. So they're a little bit more easygoing about it. So there you go. We're going to continue on. You can kind of see where the hogs have been tearing up our hay field. Hogs have been really tearing this place up. They're starting to get pretty bad. You can see where they're just rooting up this hay field. Did a lot of damage. What I'm going to do is ride around and see where else they've been. Okay, for the rest of this ride, what I want you to do is pay attention to the horse's ears. They say the eyes are the mirror to the soul, where a horse's ears and his eyes are mirror to the soul. Their ears are going to show what the horse, if the horse is worried, if he's not worried, it's going to show what he's paying attention to. You see how right there he raised his head, and he's got both ears, both eyes on it. Now, every time, wherever he's looking with one eye, like with his right eye there, watch his right ear, he's looking to the side. Now he's looking to the front with his right eye, okay? He's paying attention with his right and left eye to whatever it is in the front. Now he's still looking at the front. Now the left ear and eye kind of moved. Right there, he looked behind him. Now he's looking in front of him. He's just really looking all over the place. Something caught his eye right there. He's kind of at alert with it. And you can see here where how he watches the dog coming up. Old Buzz coming up from the tank. Both eyes, both ears on the dog. Okay? He dismisses it. He says, it's just a dog. He's okay. He's not a threat. And he looks somewhere else. And you can see his ears will switch back and forth as he's looking at different things, and as each eye is looking at different things. When his right eye looks a certain way, his right ear will follow that eye. Same thing with the left eye. Okay, right there he's walking through through this thicket, and he's paying attention straight ahead. You see how he's walking down the trail, how he's glimpsing behind him. I asked him to trot. He put both ears back and was paying attention to me. Now he's looking to the side, and he's looking straight ahead. You see everywhere where this horse is focusing on. Now you see he doesn't have his ears pinned. Now I want you to really pay attention to that. Okay, now I'm going to ask him to canter here, and you're going to see him put his ears back. He's going to listen to me, you know, just trying to kind of checking me out, getting him up into a canter, and immediately his ears go forward and he starts switching from side to side. He's looking at everything all the way around him. He's you can see subtle glimpses of his eye turning to different things. See his left ear, how it turns just a little bit, but for the most part he's just paying attention to where he's going and what's happening in front of him. You see? And now he's turned his head to look to see whatever he was looking at with that left ear, that left eye. Okay, but what I want you to see is how he kind of relaxed. Okay, and he's just looking around, he's absorbing it all, taking it all in. Now he's acting like he hasn't been ridden out much because he's really looking around. It's new surroundings. He's not used to being in new surroundings. So that's telling you a little bit about his training. Again, I'm going to ask him to canter. You see he's kind of putting his ears back a little bit. Get him up into a canter, and then his ears are going to go forward. And he's going to start paying attention to everything that's around him. He's going to start looking to the left. He's looking to the right. He's looking straight ahead. And you can see all of this through his ears and what he's paying attention to, what he's worried about. And you notice right now he's not worried. He's taking it all in. He's looking at everything. Now I'm asking him to stop, and he's checking me out. He's looking at me right there, but he's looking to the side. See his ears switch to the side? He doesn't feel that he has to totally keep his attention on me. He's looking all over. See his ears switching left to right? Now, when we get back to the house, well, I told you I was going to check cattle. When we got to the cattle, he was so nervous about being around the cattle. He was worried about being around the cattle. I wasn't able to film. So, another thing with the training, he hasn't been out. He hasn't seen those things very much, if any at all. So, when we get back to the house, I'm going to put him back in the round pen. And I want you to see the difference in his ears. Now, we got back home. I rode him for about 2 hours out there, maybe 3, 2.5 hours, really. But I want you to see his ears. Pay attention to his demeanor and what he does here. Now, when I did the restart on him, I walk, trot, cantered outside. I didn't really do it in the arena. He was supposed to have extensive training on him. Supposed to have been okay, and he did great. And I just figured we'd ride off like I did the other horse. So, and then when we got back in the round pen, we got in the round pen here. You seen what happened? Surprise, surprise. And so I rode him out at the ranch today, which you seen that, and he did great. Especially for a cool morning like it was, he did good. And I brought him right back here. Going to put him back in the round pen. Now, I was expecting him to just loosen up and walk, trot, canter. You're going to see he's not going to do that. He's going to do the exact same thing he did the other day. I'm calling it he. She. It's a habit of me saying he. But I walk her around once, and try to get her, to relax. She does not relax. She's not going to relax. So that tells me that something happened in this round pen. Somebody really just gave her a bad attitude in this round pen. And again, this horse is supposed to have extensive training. Okay, he's supposed to have had a lot of training. He had pictures of the guy standing on his back and a little kid pulling him in a wagon and behind the wagon and all this other stuff. Guys, that ain't what this horse is, okay? Whenever you send a horse to a trainer, don't just drop that horse off and say, see you in however many months, okay? You need to check on it. if you're not going over there at least once a month and letting him ride this horse for you, and you seeing progress in it, or every other week, if I send a horse to a trainer, he's going to see me once a week. I'm going to pester him to death, and if they don't like it, I'll just go to another trainer, you know? And that's what you need to do. If the trainer's not allowing you to see what he's doing with this horse, or to show you what he's doing and explain to you how to maintain it, you need to get another trainer, okay? Because what's happened here should not happen. All of this is man-made. This stuff right here in this round pen, that is man-made. You've seen how she acted in the pasture, and you come back to a round pen and she does this. She's been taught this. Bad thing. Now, saying that, is the horse run? No, the horse isn't run. You can get him over it. You can fix anything. It doesn't matter what the horse is, what the horse is doing. You can fix it. Okay, that old thing, there ain't a horse that can't be rode, and there ain't a cowboy that can't be throwed. That is absolutely true. The thing is that how much time are you willing to spend on it? Okay, that horse you see at the end of this video, that paint, Lucky, the horse that my wife rides, he was extreme problem. He was a dangerous dude, and to ride. But after I cantered him, he was so smooth. I said, I'm going to use this horse in mounted archery. He was just awesome. But it took me a year to get that horse started, a full year. Okay, it was a year before I even let Julie just even think about riding him a little bit. And that just goes to show you how much time it may take to correct or to get them trained. Now, that horse wasn't so much correction. He was just really, 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 really sensitive. And some of the training taught him to do, he had some bad habits. But anyway, I'm saying this to say that you can fix it. He can be fixed. But if you send a horse to a trainer, you need to keep track of what's happening with that horse. Don't just drop that horse off and leave it. It's not the right thing to do. But this little girl did good today. She, all considering with the cool morning, and didn't look like she was really used to being outside in that type of situation. She took it real good. She walked, trot, cantered good. So she'll be okay. She'll get over it, and wind up being a good horse. And thank y'all very much for tuning in, and I hope you like these videos. I hope it's informative and giving you something you can use. And again, if you like it, just press the like button and subscribe, and share it with your friends.